For a few seconds, this place was Armageddon. There was a firefight!
Fuck you think you're doing?
You were asked a direct question. Do you use cocaine?
Am I a bad person?
You never killed a baby.
You want to know who my god is?
Some huge friggin' guy.
She somehow fornicated.
Put your mouth on this.
Fish aren't meant to be in a box, kid.
Can't you see what's inside of me?
Welcome, everybody, to Willem to Filmography, the podcast where we Willem to Filmography. I'm one of your hosts, Cyan Stone.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Jeff Whaley.
And I'm the third one of your hosts, Jude.
And in this episode of Willem to Filmography, we have watched Roadhouse 66. What do I say after I introduce the movie? What do I do? I am in.
It sure was an interesting watch.
I am in a lost space, like in Dune. In the book, Paul Atreides describes these instances where his future sight doesn't work, where he's wandering through a path of darkness.
Save that for your check-in.
What?
Save that for your check-in thing.
Oh, fuck yeah! Let's check in with our host before we continue on to the. Summary. Host, how you doing?
I am doing good. Would you like a cleaner version of that?
No.
Okay.
Dude?
This host is doing better now that I've seen this movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I only theoretically exist. Who wants to take the summary for this one?
We all only theoretically exist.
Anyway, so I
like the energy we're bringing today. It's very fun. I like the rough edges of what we're doing today.
Here's actually so this is a Roadhouse 66 and 1985's Roadhouse 66, and fun little fact: this is the first year where Willem Dafoe was in more than one movie that came out that year.
Nice.
It was in 1984.
It says 1985 on Wikipedia, so...
No, it doesn't. I'm literally looking at Wikipedia right now.
Got it. It is listed in Willem Dafoe's... You're right. It is listed as 1985 in Willem Dafoe's filmography page on Wikipedia.
With this fantastic show of dominance, Jude, I will allow you to choose who will take the summary this week.
I have the summary, but Jude is correct.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do the summary, so Jeff is.
All right.
I'm not a summary boy.
You dipped your balls on his forehead and said, do the summary, ball boy. So do the summary, ball boy.
Teabag.
1984's Roadhouse 66. This movie, yes. So, Roadhouse 66. And first off, there are two posters to this film. One is a very fun, kind of goofy comedy poster, and one looks like it's a 90s action film. And
yeah, it's fantastic. It perfectly describes this movie, actually.
I noticed the 90s action film one. I don't think I've seen the buddy poster,
Jude,
the buddy comedy
one. Because one of them also doesn't have the 66 on there, so I think the 66 was a late addition when they realized the Patrick Swayze Roadhouse movie, and so I think they had to be
Roadhouse.
Shit, 66.
Oh shit, yeah, that is like a buddy comedy poster.
That fits the movie a little bit better, but still not perfectly.
And no one
the culmination of both of them. Like if you saw either of one, you'd be like, yeah, this fits the general vibe of the movie. But the action one is just like fits this movie taking itself too seriously side, and the comedy one fits this movie isn't taking itself too seriously vibe.
The drawn poster, somehow Judge Reinhold is the only one that looks like himself in this art style, which kind of tracks. Like he
has a very drawable face.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a caricature of himself.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
While
That's
everyone
what
else
Reinhold
does not
like.
look like themselves at all.
No. No, who are these
I
people?
could not recognize Willem Dafoe at all.
Was this before the other three people were cast? Was this like, okay, we got Judge Reinhold, make a poster?
I'm going to cut this
there's
joke
the
out,
66.
but I need to make this joke. Is that with a guitar?
Oh, Christ. Yes, we are still in 2013. Is
just starting.
He seems like a real
66.
asshole. Someone should.
Oh God.
In about 12 years from now, give or take.
Yeah. Definitely add more specifics to that, so the bleep that you're going to insert doesn't seem ambiguous at all. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Jeff, that you just added that information.
We should get back
You're
on track.
ruining the ambiguity of what I said. Anyway, continue on with the summary.
I haven't even started.
Yeah.
Roadhouse 66, 1984. Beckman Jr., played by Judge Reinhold, is driving down Route 66 in the American Southwest on his way to a training course for a fast food franchise his dad owns, when he runs into a bunch of hicks in a red car with a Confederate flag license plate.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
I will, in my notes at a minute 23, I believe Jude was the first of us to watch this movie.
Yes.
Yep, for once.
Yes. And Jude immediately warned us of the gay vibes. And so in my first note, I wrote, so by Jude's description, when he saw this movie, it's going to be delightfully gay, so I'm probably not going to focus on that in these notes. That was a lie. That being said, the face of the first man we see, Judge Reinhold, is the face of someone waiting to discover that he's gay. So
and
that's the opening tone of this movie.
To be fair, I started watching this movie first, but only got about a half hour in, and then I just I had to do other things, and then Jude finished it first. And so when Jude warned us about the gay baiting vibe, I was like, I didn't get that before, but I will get that now.
So gay, Jeff.
And
so immediately.
To be fair,
about the queer baiting, but
I did specifically say it feels after watching the first 30 minutes, it feels more polybaiting than that.
Yes.
And
I
was a joke.
Gay is the wrong word. I will say gay is the wrong word for this movie. It's very bi. It's incredibly bi.
Queer baiting. It's just queer baiting. The term is queer baiting.
Yes.
And that was absolutely going to be a joke. I didn't realize that was going to be an actual thing. And then I watched the rest of the movie, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I know. Same with me saying it was queer baiting. I was like, this is a joke. And then, like, by the end of it, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
The way this movie ends, with spoilers, our protagonists going their separate ways, is so series finale of BBC Sherlock, where they're in front of the plane and it's like kiss, 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 and then he's like, "Good job, buddy," and then they just like go away.
The "I love you" is on the tip of their tongue.
Yes,
their tongues are on the tips of their tongues, but only metaphorically. It's only metaphorical.
Since they can't kiss each other on screen, they kiss each other's fucking girlfriends.
Yeah,
who are related to each other.
Yes, there was an unfortunate period in my notes where I was just like, "Oh, they're drinking. There's going to be a bi orgy at some point in this movie," and then I remembered that they're sisters, and it's like, "Ah, fuck." There's not going to be a bi orgy, is there? Unless this movie's freaky, and then
we're a little ahead of ourselves. But
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
You can tell what we're most interested in this movie.
I kind of get porn brain every movie that we watch. I think Willem Dafoe just kind of has an effect on me.
I think it's 70s and 80s.
The 80s.
Yeah.
Yes. So, he runs into a bunch of hicks in a red car with a Confederate license plate who shoots the radiator of his car. I will say, there's no reference to the Confederate outside of, like, just the thing. So this is definitely the era of, like, it's just about the culture. And it's like, no.
It was about states' rights, you know? We're like, yeah.
It's more aesthetic than actually, like, probably conscience thinking, but it's still absolutely there. And
I don't think I saw a single person of color this entire movie, extra or otherwise. So that's there. That's there.
It's there. You're right.
There are no outward Nazis in this Willem Dafoe movie.
I count Confederate flag. I count Confederate flag.
Very fair. Very fair.
So while Beckman is sitting at an abandoned gas station, hitchhiker Johnny, played by our boy Willem Dafoe, walks up, doesn't introduce himself, which is a thing he's done multiple times in different movies.
He just like his cock introduces him as he walks cock first into every scene that he's in every single movie that he does. It's
so far.
When he first walked onto the screen, because you don't see his face at first, you see a person's legs walking to the middle of the street,
and he's kind of wearing heels.
He's kind of wearing heels. He's wearing cowboy boots.
Heels.
Yeah,
like cowboy heels, and he pops his hip, and he pops the opposite knee. And I was like, "Oh, is that Willem Dafoe?" I'm like, "No, he's kind of standing like how a woman would stand in the '80s." Not that I'm like. A man can't stand like that, but I was like, "Oh, why would they pose a man like? Oh, that's Willem Dafoe." Okay.
yeah. I would like to posit something for future recordings. Can we call the wordless cock first introduction that Willem Dafoe does the Willem Dafoe introduction?
The Willem Dafoe intro, yeah.
The Willem Dafoe introduction. It's a staple of his that he has established in all of these movies. I think we're going to see it as a pattern going forward. So yeah, and when Willem Dafoe comes into the scene, Beckman just pops up terrified, and at 4 minutes and 29 seconds, I wrote "gay panic, the panic of the gays!" ! Because that's what I saw in Beckman's eyes. I saw, my God, this hot man I saw on the road earlier is approaching me. And also maybe he was scared that he would get fucked up by people he saw on the road.
He did just get shot at, so, you know.
Yeah, but also it was a pretty gay panic face that he saw. Gay panic in the sense of being gay and panicking at being gay.
That's what gay panic is.
Yeah, that's what we've reclaimed it as.
Oh,
no,
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Originally, gay panic was.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah. Okay. As long as we're...
Do you need me to explain?
I just figured. I just didn't think in the context. I just didn't think in the context of what you were talking about that anybody would think of it the other way. But I guess since we're talking about an '80s movie,
let me tell you guys what gay panic is. So, let me explain to you. Sorry,
my first 3 bullet points.
You gotta stop interrupting. Shoot. Go ahead.
Both of you.
Sorry, it's just like he did it 3 times, and I'm just like, you gotta stop, man.
You did it like 5 times before, Si.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I said my first 3 bullet points are, maybe I'm just gay, but I'm 5 minutes in and this movie is already brimming with homoerotic tension. My second one was, I will go down with this ship. My third one was, City Boy meets Small Town Tramp. ... And then I think it was around this point that I wrote in our chat on Discord that I said, 50,000 plus words, slow burn, pompous city boy falls for rugged small town tramp.
Yeah.
You just described this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the straightened version that we watched, where they edited out all the gay sex scenes.
Also, if I may, the weird murder about 3/4 of the way through for no reason feels very fan fiction as well.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yes. But that fits.
I'll get emotional.
Yeah. So Willem Dafoe walks up, does his Willem Dafoe introduction. Says he'll help get his car running for a ride. And they go into the small town of Kingman, Arizona, and find the owner of the auto parts store, Jessie, played by Karen Lee. Karen spelled with 2 A's, where there should only be 1.
Karen.
Yeah.
She's Klingon.
It's fine. She's really good in this movie. She doesn't do a lot of acting, so she was very good at this. Good for her.
That's the one that Willem ends up with, right?
Yes.
She's cute. I like their intro. I like their whole vibe throughout the movie. It's very nice.
Yeah. So they find the owner of the auto parts store at the local Roadhouse bar, the 66, where Jessie is meeting her younger sister Melissa, played by Kate Vernon. They unsuccessfully try and convince her to help them after hours. And then while eating, they run into the Hicks who shot at the car earlier and confront Hoot, Dink, and Moss, played by Alan Autry, Kevin Major Howard, and Peter Van Norden, respectively.
And a side note, they also have like 7 other names each. Like they like. That's an exaggeration. They have their nicknames and their real names, but like I feel like we could have just had the nicknames.
I think only Hoot gets the real name.
I think other people also get.
Okay.
Maybe, but I have an important note. At 7:35, I got my first ad for a cancer medication. Continue.
My important note is that they during the time when Judge and Willem are trying to convince Karen's character to open up shop after hours, Willem goes up and flirts really hard with her, and it's like this really tense back and forth. And at this point, I said, "You cannot fool me with this straight flirting movie." And then shortly after, I'll take this little next part of the summary. Obviously, they get into a fight with the Hicks at the bar, and it ends with Judge's car. I keep forgetting his name.
Beckman.
Beckman's car getting some things stolen from it, and it turns out, oh, how convenient. He has to stay the night with this new mysterious stranger.
I will push back.
And also, I said he. Willem is already defensive of his new love interest.
Yes, yes. I do gotta say, we can't. Willem Dafoe. We get some premium day one out of the cocoon Willem Dafoe throughout this entire movie.
Yeah.
I assume they either filmed all of his scenes like the second he got out of the cocoon, or this filming took months. I don't know. It's one or the other. But I will push back on the straight flirting not being believable, because Willem is like channeling fucking James Dean throughout this entire movie. He is a bicon throughout this movie.
I did consider that. I was like, okay, it's a little bisexual. I just thought, okay, why are you going to tease me with this gay shit and then turn around and give me straight shit? And this was before we see this stuff later on. So I will agree with you more later on as the movie carries on. But at this point in the movie, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you ruining my gay shit?
My one tweak to this movie I would make is to make the 2 female leads not sisters, so that the bi orgy that is inevitable in the future becomes less uncomfortable. That's all I would change about this movie, honestly.
To go back a little bit more, just because... No, this is great. But just, I think I want to mention, because I did mention how Karen spells her name. The guy who plays Dink, Kevin, spells his name with a Y instead of an I.
Dink's a weird character. In the first couple scenes, he moves and speaks like a fucking Terminator, and then the rest, he's a weasel. He's a weird weasel.
Dink is the one, the blonde one with the denim, right? The sidekick.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I remember who Hoots and Moss are. I didn't remember that the other guy was named Dink. But for obvious reasons later that we will get into, I remember who Moss is. Dink is such a weird character, because at first he seems kind of like the leader, but then it's Hoots. And for the portions where Dink seems like the leader, he carries himself completely differently from the way he carries himself throughout the rest of the movie. The first couple scenes he's in the movie, he's very rigid and tough speaking. He doesn't even seem like that as silly as he gets later in the movie. In the rest of the movie, he's just like, good one, boss. I'm your sidekick. And it's just so weird.
He's a weird shift. He's the tiny yappy dog in Looney Tunes, next to the big rough dog. I don't see it as him seeming like the leader. He always seemed like the scout. That was interesting. That is how I viewed his thing. He came in first because just to be I am the herald for the god that is Hoot. I see. That's how a
caveat the audience should know about any commentary I make about any movie is I am bad at watching movies. literally the only reason that I am on this podcast is because, one, I came up with the pun name, and two, I like spending time with my friends.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's why I'm here. I am otherwise not a good movie enjoyer. I have not seen many movies.
But you get better at that by watching movies, and that is what we're here for. And
so we have tunnel visioned into a very specific niche of movies starring exclusively Willem Dafoe.
Yep.
So that's how I get into movies.
In my note of the fight scene, I think was Beckman confronts Hoot and gets his ball squeezed for good measure.
Cock check.
Yep.
I wrote at 16:05 cock check.
Yep.
And then at 17:31 after that scene, I wrote, "Man, I think I hate this dork," because I did not fucking like.
We'll get into it, but he is constantly talking about how he's from like the Hamptons in New York, and like he's such a rich little prick, but he's kind of lovable. It's weird.
He didn't get lovable for me until much later in the movie.
Yes.
Throughout the beginning of the movie, he was just like, "Oh man, I'm being harassed by the locals," and it's just like he could not stop talking so fucking loud about how rich he was.
It is
just like, man,
it's a very 80s movie where that is. Sorry, you go, Jude.
I was just saying they really play that part up, and I did it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It was fun. It was fun. I just like. I think Judge Reinhold's character got some go away heat from me in the beginning of this movie.
I just want.
You taught me a term, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you said a wrestling term. Oh, again, speaking of wrestling, the ad I got was Triple H talking about the next event on the next WWE show on ESPN, which caused me to loudly shout, "Shut the fuck up, Triple H!" And so
I got mostly ads for like Amazon TV shows and stuff.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the ads that I got.
I unfortunately watched it on our Overlord's website.
I went to Tubi.
Yeah, it was that, or it was Amazon Prime or Tubi.
Yep.
So I was like, well, Amazon Prime will have slightly less ads. So
I think it was also on Pluto TV.
And speaking of. One factoid that I had about this movie, it is so obscure, quote unquote, that I couldn't find it on my normal, very totally awesomely legal website that I watch movies on.
Mm-hmm. And
which was surprising because I usually find a lot of very totally awesome legal movies on there.
To go back a little, not to go back, to continue with the thing about Judge Reinhold's character, Beckman. It's a very 80s movie where this rich asshole is the good guy, and everyone's just like, yeah, everyone loves preppies. And yeah, that's just a very 80s thing.
Their preppies are people too.
Right?
We're not so different, you and I, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Jesse...
It was before we realized just how bad capitalists were. Carry on.
There was a weird spell in the 80s where everyone's like, this is great, this will never end. This will be great forever.
We're rooting for this man about to acquire a pork belly franchise, I think he was saying the whole time.
Yep, it was a fast food joint.
This man
is pork belly, yeah.
And this guy is just like, oh my god, I'm so bored. I'm going to be so rich. And it's just like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. So Jesse saves him and agrees to help once he gets money from his dad. And then Jesse and Melissa recognize Johnny as Johnny Hart of the rock duo Hart and Ross. That becomes important later, kind of.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till to talk about one scene in particular.
Oh, yeah. Johnny and Beckman spend the night in a car in the junkyard, and then they get woken up at gunpoint by the junkyard owner, Sam. Oh, go.
Before we get to them waking up, they have, like, a slumber party conversation.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yeah.
The scene of them, like, about to fall asleep literally opens at, like, 23:26 with Beckman saying, "Big breasts aren't important to me." And I said, "We know, Junior, you're gay." I will maintain Willem Dafoe's character is definitely bi, but the entire movie, Beckman's character is just very clearly looking for a beard. He is so, like, very clearly not interested in women. Not that being interested in small breasts, it makes you gay. But, like, the way he said it was so, fucking Steve Carell's character.
40-year-old virgin.
40-year-old virgin talking about how grabbing a breast is like holding a bag of sand. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
Me, a straight man.
Yeah, exactly. You're not fooling anyone, Beckman. But, yeah. And then, like, 30 seconds later, I wrote, I'm getting Due Date starring RDJ vibes from this scene.
I don't know that movie, but I believe you. I know it, I just haven't seen it.
Not to get us off track, but, like, there's a scene near the beginning of the movie where Zach Galifianakis is being a menace masturbating in the front seat of the car, and Robert Downey Jr. is just trying to, like, get some sleep despite the sound of him masturbating, and then he looks over and sees the dog. Like, Zach Galifianakis' dog is also masturbating. It's a whole thing, but it was the same. It's the same vibe as this movie. I remember liking it. I don't know if it holds up. But, like, yeah. Anyway, continue on.
As someone who loved comedies at the time but didn't watch it because it didn't feel like it was going to hold up, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, so comedies around that time don't really tend to hold up. I was going to say that I can't remember if it was before this part during the initial fight scene or a little bit later, but at one point, I didn't write it down, but at one point, one of the, it might have been Dink or someone else, one of his goons, called Beckham, Willem's character, or Beckham, Judge's character, Willem's girlfriend. What?
Beckman,
that's it, yeah.
Beckham is a soccer player.
Yeah. Beckham.
You can call him, call him Junior.
There is Beckham.
He goes by Junior, too. Call him Junior.
Yeah,
Junior might be easier.
Beckman. Anyways, so Judge's characters gets called Willem Dafoe's character's girlfriend, and I was like, interesting.
Oh, that was.
And there's just so many tropes in this movie. It's just one of those, like, if one of the genders was switched, it would have been a romance. You know, like,
yeah.
Like it would have been a straight and cut, dry, like, romance.
If this were a porn, this would be the beginning of the 1 minute countdown to them blowing each other. This is like,
yeah.
That's how this would go.
They get woken up at gunpoint by the junkyard owner, Sam.
And at this point, I get an ad for a company called For Hers, that depicting a book club of women who are like, books, ew, let's talk about your hair. And I was just like, what the fuck, For Hers? And so, yeah, continue on.
Sam is played by, quote, not Burgess Meredith, Stephen Elliott. Not that he looks like Burgess Meredith, but he sounds just like Burgess Meredith, I thought.
I'm going to have to go completely by what you're saying. I have no idea who either of the people you're talking about are.
Burgess Meredith, Mickey from Rocky.
He was Mickey-esque, yeah.
The Penguin from the 1966 Batman series. He was penguining up all over this, and it might just be he was an old man, and that type of voice is just an old man voice to do. Like
he just like had a cat in his coat.
Yeah. They quickly make friends with this lovable old drunkard that helps them get a new radiator and waxes poetic about American car culture while petting a cat in his jacket.
Yes.
That doesn't need to be the plot, but it's important. He's so good.
Oh my god, I love Sam. I love Sam so much.
He does a weird thing later that I'll bring up later. They meet up with once they get the radiator done, they meet up with Jesse and Melissa at the 66 while a live band that Johnny knows is playing. Beckman and Jesse get drunk off of mezcal, and let us talk about the polyest scene.
Oh boy! So when they started drinking mezcal, I wrote at 33:15, drunk by orgy incoming, and then the owner of the
66
not the owner of the 66, the owner of the part shop.
Oh, Sam,
the lady.
What?
Sam.
Oh, Jesse. Jesse. Sorry.
Jesse offers the worm from the mezcal to Beckman, and Beckman responds, "I only eat one thing that wiggles." And I just
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I just wrote, cock? Is it cock? It has to be cock, right?
I wrote, I quoted that in my notes, and I said I only eat one thing that wiggles, and I wrote ... Excuse me?
Two things.
The vagina does not wiggle.
No. You know what does wiggle? Cock wiggles.
Cock wiggles. Cock
Cock
wiggles.
wiggles.
Two things. First off, just before he said that, I noticed on the second time watching it that I have the subtitles on, and like just very quietly out of the corner when Jesse is asking him to eat the worm, to share the worm, you hear Johnny go, "Do it, Beckman," like. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
By orgy.
and secondly, as the straightest person here, I will say,
and you're not even straight.
I'm yes.
You're straight adjacent.
Yes. 80-20. I think what he was going for was the vagina does not wiggle, but what he does to it makes the girl wiggle, is what he was going for.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's a reach in my eyes.
I again, as the mostly straight person there, I perfectly understood it. So, like,
this man
you're
is
not
gobbling
wrong,
cock on the weekends and desperately is trying to find a beard to hide it.
Fair.
Yeah, he wants his beard to know the score, and Jesse rejected him after realizing that he was gay, and the little sister was like, Melissa was like, "I'm a lesbian. You can be my beard as well." So, and Defoe is the one to join them all together. We're getting a really good poly chart going on here.
Yes,
Jesse's bi. Johnny is bi. Jesse is straight. Beckman is gay. And Melissa is a lesbian. And in order to join them all together, Willem is going to have to do a lot of work in the bedroom. But I think we can make this orgy work.
He is the one bi to bind them.
He is the one cock ring. Yes, he is the.
I realized that this movie was an unlabeled polyamorous masterpiece.
Yeah. This podcast needs to get popular this movie gets popular in the queer community for that reason. Continue.
I struggle a lot with like recognizing faces and names in movies and television and in real life, but
Same.
I could not. I was struggling to recognize the difference between the sisters for a while. So when they started like flirting, like when the boys started flirting with the opposite sisters and like keeping switching, I got so confused. And then when I started that, they realized that they were both kissing each other. I was like, oh, so I'm not just dumb. I was like, who is who?
Yeah, this movie passes things around.
Yeah.
Look up. After the 3415 note, important to note, Willem comes up and eats the worm, and I wrote at 3421, Willem, meanwhile, is bi and will eat anything. And so I think we got a pretty substantiated theory here. I'll say the next.
Yeah.
Beckman gets so drunk that he's just there's this race coming up on the following Monday that's just like a local classic car race, like for any car made before 1966. And Beckman loudly proclaims, "Johnny, we should enter the race and then blow this ghost town." And I wrote, "Blow this ghost town indeed, Beckman. Blow this ghost town indeed."
I will say, I think going into this movie, I thought it was more set in the 50s. And then I realized it wasn't. I know. I was a little confused for a while because like, when did this take place? And then the more I see, I'm like, oh, okay, this was clearly the 80s.
It's just rural. They have old cars.
Yeah, that's just that. I just had to be like, oh right, my small town still looks like it could be 1967. If you just take away the cars, like the town I grew up in, Montana, looks the exact fucking same. So yeah, that's
100%.
We kind of. I'm not sure if you touched on it, Jeff, but we kind of glossed over the scene, or I did, of Willem watching the band and kind of reminiscing.
Yeah. I did kind of gloss over it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, I was just like, the way he watched that band was also very homoerotic.
He was also very sweet.
He was. In general, he was very sweet. He really liked.
I'm not saying they're mutually exclusive.
Enjoying the music, but also yeah.
And
everyone's doing pretty good acting in this movie.
It's solid acting.
You really feel, he's just like remembering the good old days when he used to perform with his friend, who, spoilers, is dead from a car accident.
The guy who was performing, who like knew him, and when they talked, it was very funny. Like I kind of got that bit going very clearly. Like, oh, Johnny doesn't know how to interact with other men. Like, and so just the let me tell you, you sounded real good. Yeah, you already said that, dude. Like, we get you want to say other things, but yeah,
he's a traumatized little baby bi who's just starting to explore his other side. He's
idea.
He's a little...
No, can't relate to that at all. Yes. Yeah, they talk about the big race. Beckman drunkenly proclaims his intention to enter the race. Johnny takes Jesse to walk it off. And Jesse explains...
I was so scared at the beginning of this, just from the previous movies we talked. Jesse is like fall down drunk, and her and Johnny are getting really flirty, and I just thought, don't fuck her while she is fall down drunk. Please don't do that to me, movie. But they just go for a walk. That's all. And like...
Yeah, he's actually really respectful.
I was not concerned because the
I was so scared.
I was
so scared.
I trusted
the first one where he's a Willem to friend.
I trusted the movie, so that's why I didn't. I had that thought of like, don't do this to me, movie. Oh, good.
Because back then, it wouldn't have been seen as rape. It would have just been like, oh, what a scoundrel, getting her while she's drunk. It's just like,
it could have gone either way.
It would not have been.
Yes, it for the majority of people, no. Like, I think there were still obviously people who saw it that way, but it would.
Yeah, obviously. But like, I don't think even like
it was not culturally considered that at all. That's true.
I don't even think culturally it was considered possible to like rape your spouse at this time.
Definitely.
I don't know when that was a thing that became. So like, I wouldn't put it past this movie to have Johnny be this lovable character and then have sex with this drunk woman and then go on as if nothing happened. Like, I
had some fear of it, but I was fairly confident. For some reason, I just was like, I'm gonna trust this movie, and thank God it didn't let me down.
Thank God. Yeah, thank God.
So Jesse explains the pitfalls of small town life and how she got married after high school and divorced by 24. Mm-hmm. Again, I hear you, Jesse. Like, small towns fucking suck.
Melissa catches Beckman up on Johnny's past about how he was in this band and went on tour and everything, but then the person that he was in a band with died in a car accident while they were on tour, and he hasn't sung and he hasn't performed again
or driven since. I don't think.
Or driven since, like he's just hitchhiked, which I completely relate. Willem, I was never in a fatal car crash, but there's no way in fucking hell I'm getting behind the wheel of a car again.
Not even if you're a dorkable New York love interest desperately needs to be saved in a big race. Not even then.
Maybe, but. That is assuming that I will crash during the race, like I did when I was just driving regularly. I'm
the opposite, where I get so much anxiety about not having control in the car that I feel the need to drive, especially on long trips.
Yes,
carry on.
That's understandable. Melissa does say at some point, it's funny how different they look. So I like saying that about Johnny compared to when he was performing to now. I assume she meant that she caught him performing on a day when he was out of the cocoon later in the week. Mm-hmm. So he probably looked much older to her back then, but now she has day one Defoe in her town. So anyway, continue on.
And then after that conversation, Who and his gang walks in. Which, and again, rewatching it on the second term, when we learned some information later that Hoot is Jesse's ex-husband. And Hoot hits on Melissa.
Yep.
And
real dirtbag.
Real dirtbag. But so Beckman challenges him to a game of pool for money. And when Beckman is about to win, Hoot cancels the game, and him and his goons beat him up. Then Johnny shows up and fights them off until the owner of the 66, Thelma, pulls out a gun to break it up. And we didn't say this last time with Streets of Fire, but with Willem Dafoe's spindly little limbs doing punches and kicks, it's very cool yet awkward looking.
Yeah. This is the first time we're seeing in Streets of Fire, that was firmly like a day 3 to 4 Willem fight. Day one does not seem to know how to fight. He hasn't recovered that memory of his past yet in this cocoon cycle. So we just see him kind of go like around the pool table, not seeming to know that he can swing his pool cue, and just getting beat up. And so I think we're getting a lot of insight into precisely what the brain state a day 1 versus a day 4 Willem is.
Yes, Thelma pulls out a gun to break it up. In order to pay her back, Johnny plays a song to keep the crowd at the bar. And
is shockingly good.
I would be very surprised if that was him singing, but...
Yeah, me
no,
too.
it was. I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Oh, is it?
Nice.
That was Willem Dafoe singing. Hold on. Let me look it up again.
During that performance, I will say, I had the thought of, like, for the longest time, I thought the lead singer of Buck Cherry was Willem Dafoe's son, because they look very, very similar. And seeing Willem Dafoe perform was like, oh yeah, I'm not surprised the lead singer of Buck Cherry got a lot of fucking... probably got laid a lot.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe sang in this movie.
Hell yeah.
And it was surprisingly good. It was clearly overdubbed, but like still.
Again, that just confirms that how the fuck is the lead singer of Buck Cherry not Willem Dafoe's son? Like, they look so much alike.
That's not the life cycle of the Dafoe. They're
same species then, maybe?
Maybe they definitely like budded off of the same thing.
Got it.
It's like an immortal jellyfish. You just need a few. All you need is a few, and they'll be throughout time and space.
Yeah. The next day, we have a montage of souping up the car to get it ready for the race. Sam makes a weird sheep cum joke.
Yeah, that was just there are little windows into like 80s gross out comedy in this movie, and that was definitely one of them. He was just like, he gave him some tomato juice to like help him with his hangover, I think.
Yes.
And he was just like, yeah, I put sheep cum in it. he spits it out.
He specifically said jism. His word was jism.
Yeah. He says jism, and then Willem Dafoe says, some people just don't know what's good for them. And I like now that I'm thinking about it, that's very clear that Willem wants to put some cum in Beckman's mouth. But then Beckman replies with, I don't mind that he put it in there. I'm just wondering how he got it. And it's such a weird,
why don't you mind that he put it in there? Why don't you mind that? What are you talking about?
Beckman's into some freaky shit. It's not that out of step, but it's kind of out of step with the tone of the rest of the movie.
There are a couple of points in this movie where this was before the rating system knew what the fuck it was doing. So, you take away that joke and some tits we see earlier, and this is a PG-13 movie.
It's such a weird, like, they didn't quite know what they wanted it to be.
The 80s didn't understand tone.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah, Moss notices that the group working on the car together and tells Hoot about it. After Hoot birds him and calls him a homophobic slur for singing opera.
Yeah, Moss comes in singing, like, in Italian, just an opera, and Hoot does here, can you hold this? And hands him like a burning hot tool that he was using to work on his car. And he's just like, ow! And then he calls him a faggot. Hoot calls Moss a faggot. And it's just like, I wrote, listen, I assumed the Confederates were homophobic, but I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
And like, Dink is just there full weasel mode, like, yeah. It's just like so weird. Dink doesn't say it. Hoot is the only one who says the slur, but I don't like these. I don't like these people.
I don't like the bad guys.
Moss Slater.
Yes.
Except for Moss Slater.
Moss redeems himself.
Yeah.
And this was the start of Moss's face turn.
Oh, 100%. And then they cut to Johnny and Jesse and Beckman and Melissa, respectively, going on dates with each other. And at 59 minutes and 59 seconds, I wrote of Beckman and Melissa, she dropped ice cream on her pussy. Quick, Beckman, lick it off and you'll finally have a beard. And then shortly thereafter, I remembered that two of the people in this potential future bi orgy are sisters, so I got sad then. But yeah, Johnny and Jesse, I believe, skinny dip in the town's water supply.
I don't think it was the town's water supply. I think it was just a random farmer's water supply, but it was still
maybe, yeah. And then they have sex, and then Beckman and Melissa have sex in a car. It's all very sweet. Moss then knocks on, and this gave me flashbacks to a similar incident that I was in the past. Whilst having sex in a car and someone knocking on the window, Moss knocks on their window and is just like, "Go to your car. Just go to your car."
Before we get to that, I will have some comments on this before we get there, if you don't mind. So, just again, like I was saying, I had like a weird, for some reason, I wasn't quite sure what time this took place in, so I like had that weird thing, and then this was the first time where it's like, oh, Melissa is dressing more and more like an 80s girl. Okay. Like,
yeah.
This date was
100%.
just like, and she is, she's going to college in the East Coast, as a business major, and, said the term marginally effective, which I think 100% fits in our polycule gay theory. Absolutely. They are marginally effective together. But yes, continue.
So, did we even mention that they said that they were going to enter the race?
Yes.
Okay, so they previously, there's a whole bunch of scenes in this movie of just working on cars that I assume is like porn for people who like cars. But I, who have no interest in cars, was just like, can these men fuck, please? Can these men fuck?
Get these women out of here and let these men fuck.
Yes. This is the hinge point in all of these relationships. Like, it is Beckman and Johnny. Like, everything else just springs from this. Anyway, Shed, that the car that they were working on gets set on fire in Sam's junkyard, and Sam goes to put it out with a fire extinguisher and explodes. Sam, like, was the cat in his jacket when that happened?
He was asleep when this happened, so he just went out in his like sleeping thing. So the cat was not. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure the cat was not in there. Is what I'm going to tell myself so I can sleep at night.
And so,
I was so upset when Sam died. I said
it was out of nowhere.
In all caps. I said it was in all caps. No, not Sam. Sam, no. This movie got rid of the only canonical thing I gave a real fuck about. Fuck this movie.
I liked Thelma.
Sam.
I really liked Thelma too. The old people in this movie were good.
If it makes anyone feel any better, I don't think this is actually how it works. But with Sam's blood alcohol level, he probably went up like that. Like, he was probably dust before the explosion was even done. He was gone the moment it happened.
He was the reason the explosion happened.
Yes, he went in proximity to a flame, and he should never do that with how much he drinks. He is a human accelerant. He is, yeah. But yeah, Johnny and Jesse are the first to see Sam die.
Pause.
I have to pee.
So how'd it go?
It was a longer piss than usual. Usually I can piss quicker than that, but
Hell yeah.
I had a lot of piss in there.
So Sam died.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
To get us back in the mood.
And then shortly thereafter, I got a commercial for thezebra.com, which I think is an insurance aggregate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then during the whole fire thing, Johnny gets upset.
There's a whole dark tea time of the soul kind of thing where the group is split up because there's no car. They can't get into the race. They're like everyone's very sad about Sam dying. Yeah, Sam died. They did have to have a few scenes where Willem looked haunted, so they brought out Day 2 Willem.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
These were all cover shoots done a couple of months later, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier to do with Day 2 Willem, because he still looks hot, but he's not quite. But he's not quite where he was on Day 1. He looks a little more world weary.
Side note, I can't wait to hear how you deal with this bit during Platoon.
That's even considering I carry on the bit. Let's go.
We're only a couple movies away, so I will hold you to that. Yeah. So
the canon could change drastically. The
Johnny,
meta could come crashing down.
Yeah. So Johnny leaves on his own. Everyone's very upset over what happened. Rightfully so. And then Thelma tells Beckman that Hoot is untouchable because he's the son of a judge and Jesse's ex-husband. And, yeah, it's just really like, oh, fuck, of course. Like, right. Rich people with, like, in positions of power just are always, like, obviously this is, like, a fictional story, but, like, you say that, you're like, oh, yeah, of course no one's gonna do anything to this guy. Fuck.
Then we have a scene where Hoot is
shooting
cans off of a fence with Dink and Moss, and he does a fucking Guantanamo Bay torture.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna execute you? Am I not? Kind of fucking thing, and the movie gets that scene. That is,
but it's still, everyone's still acting like it's weird, dark, but like the tone still feels weirdly light.
Yeah, it doesn't feel appropriate for this, how many bullets do I still got in the chamber, Moss, kind of thing.
Because Dink is still laughing like a weasel, and it's like, you should not find this just as funny as you did other, like, schoolyard jokes. Like, this is much more serious, Dink. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Who is it, like, this is like the third bottle shooting scene an antagonist has had in a Willem Dafoe movie so far. Like the second or third.
This goes to the South.
Yeah.
if your movie's in the South,
any rural area, I shoot a bunch of. And technically, it was matches in one of them, but still.
Yeah.
I shot bottles growing up. Like
who can forget the very important and needed match shooting scene from The Loveless?
It was the one cool thing in that movie. Let me have that.
One out of 3 hosts agree that shit was rad.
They lit a match on fire with a bullet. That's talent. Listen.
Then we have the lead up to the race.
Mm-hmm. Jesse lets Beckman use her car, which is a Mustang, I believe.
And then at first Hoot is like, let's let bygones be bygones, Beckman. And then Beckman's like, fuck you. And then Hoot is like, okay, fine. And then he sneaks a scorpion into Beckman's car.
Well, when I first saw him leave something in the car, because I was thinking of a darker movie, I thought, oh, he put the evidence of the arson in Beckman's car to try and blame Beckman. I was like, oh no, oh wait, it's a scorpion.
At first it looked like a chewed up piece of gum in a plastic bag to me, and then a scorpion came out.
I thought it was going to be, whatever it was, I thought it was like, oh, that's going to be the evidence. He's going to try and blame Beckman. And then it's a scorpion. It's like, oh right, because Hoot is a 12-year-old. Got it. I forgot.
Yeah. The stakes are a little wacky in this movie at all times, except when they're not.
Yeah, it's the and I'm okay with like weird tones, like the weird tone. I think you had a quote here of like a little earlier where like the vibes for this movie make me kind of like it.
Yeah. Well, I said, hold on, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
I'm being won over by this movie's vibes.
And agreed. I was super like, what is this thing? And then like by around this time, I'm like, oh man, okay, this is dumb fun. Let's go.
And then what do we see coming in at the last minute to enter the race?
In Moss's car.
In Moss's car, we see Johnny, and then we cut to Moss in the audience, being like, "Hi," and then flipping him off. And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, Moss, coming in clutch, making sure the boys stay together. Yeehaw! Fucking love you, Moss." And then stop driving in cars that have Confederate flags on them. But other than that, I love you, Moss.
Face turn. He's
face turn.
So yeah.
And then
the race happens.
And then we get the race, and about 4 minutes into the race, I say, damn, racing scenes in movies have really come a long way, huh? Because the race is not...
To be fair, there are great car chase scenes before this movie came out. That's more of a problem with this movie, not the time frame.
Yeah, it's like, they never really get up to really like, high speed. Like, they're going pretty... I want to say like 30 the entire race. Like, it's pretty. And the race, like not necessarily like slow, but like you're driving around a neighborhood, I guess. Like
the race is from Kingman to another city in Arizona, Oatman, and apparently these are
and then back,
and apparently these are two real cities. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, if this happened in real life, this would be a very cool race to go to.
Yeah. And like I also realized like. Oh yeah, races back then before like televised racing and like the inundation of society with like cameras and stuff. Watching a race, quote unquote, was literally just standing by a road while cars occasionally come by. Mm-hmm. Like that's what a race is in this time.
And that's still true of like if you have small town. If this still happened today, that would still be true. Like there might be a live stream.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and also there was a fun scene.
They get to the other town, and there's this hay bale wall marking where to turn around, and Dink crashes is a big word for it. He like tries to turn around at it, but then he gets hay all over his car, and apparently that means he can't race anymore.
Yep,
because he like sideswipes the hay wall, and a couple bales of hay fall on his car, and he's like, damn it, I'm ruined. And it's just like, man, you can drive away from that.
This is the case of you being bad at watching movies. Like, but you're not wrong.
What happened? Like, how did what happened to destroy his car?
Because he acted like it did, and you just kind of you give it to the movie because you're enthralled with it at this point. That's all it is.
Well, the movie didn't meet me halfway. Like, the movie was just like...
It was not a good chase scene.
Oh, no. He's just like, got some straw on his car, and he's just like, my car is ruined forever!
You're not wrong. Like, you're absolutely not wrong.
No, it's not, my guy.
I'm just I'm just willing to go with it, you know?
He was picking the hay off of his car pretty effectively by hand. He could have driven away. I don't think this is a suspension of disbelief thing. I think it's just poorly shot.
Oh, it's both. It's absolutely both.
Yeah.
No, it is poorly shot. And I just, again, I am a wrestling fan, so I have a very big suspension of disbelief. So
yeah, and then right after 3 minutes after that scene, I got an ad telling me how Nutrafol can help me have thicker hair during menopause.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm gonna be going into my 50s pretty fucking good. I gotta say.
Before the ad, there was a point where because when Deke ran into the hay, Beckman they were neck and neck. So Beckman turned around and met up, and that's where Hoot and Johnny, who were neck and neck the whole time, kind of also came in, and when they were coming one way and Beckman was coming the other way, there was just a dude walking across the road that I don't think was a part of production. I think he was just a part of the town and slipped through, and just halfway through was like, oh shit, these guys are coming at me, better walk quickly. It was so fucking random.
Oh damn! These cars going 30 miles an hour are making me have to walk slightly more briskly across this road.
I have to almost power walk to not get hit.
Yeah, not this. So many scenes of this car chase act like it's high octane when again they are going like 30 to 35. They are going not that fast.
They try to cover it with filming, and again, if you're willing to go with it, you can go with it.
They don't do it. They don't
it's
do
not
it.
well. It's not well.
They don't do it.
Yeah, and so Beckman is in the lead until he notices the scorpion on his shoulder and crashes his car instead of just brushing it off his shoulder out the window. Because it was a big scorpion too. It's not even poisonous.
Boy. He's a rich boy. He got a scorpion on his shoulder. He was scared. He's a rich boy.
I know, but
he crashed his car because he's a rich boy, and it's because he got scared.
This is my hail moment, okay? My hay bale moment.
The stakes are kind of Looney Tunes.
Uh-huh.
I thought the fear was that it was a dead scorpion and that it would sting him and he would die.
Me too.
Not go and then crash his car.
Because how would you expect him to be able to crawl up on the shoulder for him to notice it in the first place? That's not what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, my car! It is now smoky.
And then, so when Johnny and Hoot catch up as they're racing neck and neck, Johnny stops, has Beckman hop in, and then is able to catch back up with Hoot. And they're racing, and then Hoot pulls out his gun. Beckman grabs the wheel to slam into Hoot, crashing the Confederate car.
Yeah, it rolls it. He the car ends up on its top, and that's important because later they hit the finish line, they win, and they there's this cheering scene, and I wrote slightly before after this note here, the ambulance goes off to get Hoot, but prior to the ambulance, I wrote, please cut from this cheering scene to Hoot's corpse dangling from his seatbelt. That would be so funny, please. And then, no, that didn't happen. They just imply he was injured, I guess.
You can imply that. Because they didn't show it, it's always going to be here in my brain.
Yeah, and then we cut to Moss in the crowd, being like, hell yeah, and then he goes off and sings an opera, and that's the last time we see Moss.
And then, so they win the race, and then the polycule kiss each other in celebration. Not all of them, sadly, but they pair off on the opposite pairs, and this was very much where I was like, what?
Yeah.
When Willem Dafoe and Judge start saying their goodbyes, there's this strong moment of tension where they're just making eye contact for a solid 10 seconds. And then Willem's character just pats him on the arm and says, later.
BBC
and
Sherlock,
walks away.
End of season 3.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. It was Destiel. It was Destiel levels of queer baiting. It was fucking John Locke, BBC John Locke levels of queer baiting. And then there was also poly baiting. If it turned out to be canon poly, which it kind of was, I was like, this is honestly one of the most genuine attempts at poly I've seen, because you don't really see poly in movies that often.
Yeah.
And it just felt so random in this fucking 1980s movie.
They at least made Destiel a gay tragedy, where if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But at least they made it where it was a confessional love of rejection through silence, and then going to super hell because you're gay, which is, as we all know, is our fate. But anyway, we're talking about
Sherlock was also a gay tragedy, just in a completely different way.
100%. Yeah.
So my thing on that was, because right before then, Beckman kisses Jesse goodbye when they say goodbyes, and they kiss, and then Willem Dafoe looks deeply into Beckman's eyes, takes a step forward, hits him on the arm, and says, "See you later." And it's like, you son of a bitch, fucking kiss him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have trouble seeing queer baiting, and I saw that. Like,
yeah, 12903, I wrote, all caps, kiss him, damn it, don't just tap his arm. And that's my last note for the movie. Last note for the movie.
It was the step forward that had me go, are they? Oh, you son of a bitch. Like,
yeah,
that's 1980s straight or 1980s we can't show positive gay representation on screen for I want to kiss you so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end.
Which is honestly the bulk of my research for this episode, because this movie was so fucking gay. But in that time, you couldn't really show queerness in movies without it being either like super tragic or the queerness being shown as like in a villain role or a negative light. So a lot of films, if they did want to be queer, had to do really sly things to make it queer and make it appeal, almost like dog whistles for the queer community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how queer baiting got its start, as like almost a good thing, until it just became a way to bait audience. Yeah, it just like bait audiences into watching a fucking show, and even putting, shit in the trailer to make us think that it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm still pissed about it. I'm sorry.
As you should be.
I was a Sherlock fan I was the Sherlock fan in the prime Tumblr era, and they hurt a generation. Carry on.
They did you dirty. And with that rage, we will crash through this wall into Willem Dafoe.
What? That's what I mean!
He was a bicon in this movie.
Oh my god, Willem Dafoe plays James Dean, the most bisexual man in history, trying to find joy again after tragedy. Oh my god. Fuck yes, Willem Dafoe in this fucking movie. Oh my god, just kiss me on the mouth right now. Yes, the hottest one so far. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I agree.
Willem Dafoe or Willem Dafoe?
You know, I'm something of
William Dafoe.
myself.
Obviously, Willem Dafoe. This is my first Willem Dafoe, I think.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
Easy Willem Dafoe. Yeah, like
this is a man who spits on his own cock and other people's cocks. It is a man willing to be the bridge in a polycule. He is the hinge point. He is who everyone will be fucking.
He's the Eiffel Tower,
unapologetic. He's not even just in a sexual sense. He's the one that like brings everyone together.
Yeah.
If it weren't for him stepping into the middle of the road, then he never would have, gotten picked up. And then if he wasn't kind enough to help Judge's character fix his car, then we never would have like had that back and forth with.
He did try to
Jesse,
leave
the auto. Yeah, he did try, but he
was dealing with trauma.
This
is a man who has seen two people he was close to die, and he just really
he wanted to change though. He would have left if he didn't want to change.
Why was that a laugh, Jeff?
Why
was that a laugh?
It made me realize, because comparing this drunken junkyard owner that he just met to a dude he was in a rock and roll duo with for years was just very funny to me.
Listen,
it was sweet.
It was sweet.
Listen, everyone on this podcast is autistic. I think we can I think we can all understand the lack of a ramp up when you make a new friend, where it's like one day you're an acquaintance, one day you're best friends. I think we can all get that.
Yes.
I feel for Johnny's loss of Sam in this, even though again Sam was dust and suffered very little, if at all. But like he was sad. He had to go be in his feelings for a bit, and then he came running back as soon as he knew his boyfriend was in danger.
Yes, that's fair. Yeah, no, definitely Willem Dafoe. This is probably my my second favorite of the movies we've seen so far, because Streets of Fire is just, and
Yeah.
Talking it with you guys, I like this movie a lot more than just by myself. So talking about it with queer people made me like this movie more than I thought. It was just kind of it's like that's good, but then talking it with you guys is like
that tends to be the case in any movie unless you're homophobic.
Yeah, it was similar with like Heaven's Gate. Talking that with you guys made me hate that movie more. Yeah, so Willem Dafoe's all around.
Yeah. Did we like this movie? Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forget that this is an audio medium.
Yes. Put your vape down, dude.
You can't just not. You can't just nod and take a hit. You just can't. You can't just
fucking try them. He absolutely.
The vibes are there.
Yes.
If the audience doesn't think I like this movie, they haven't been listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
This is the most energy I've had for one of these movies.
Yeah.
I feel like I had a lot to say about this one, which was unexpected. I know I'm going to have probably a lot to say about, the documentary we have coming up after Platoon. And obviously Antichrist. I keep saying that. I have a lot to say about the Boondock Saints. Every so often I'll have a lot to say about the movie, but
I am so.
I might take the summary on the Boondock Saints episode.
Let's end this podcast before we start talking about this.
Yeah.
And now, my friends, we come to the Willem Defend. Join us next week where we will watch
To Live and Die in L.A., which is a movie that I've heard.
Bye.
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 You've been listening to Willem the Filmography. Our theme song is Cherry Metal by Arthur Vick. You can find this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and most places you find podcasts. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and review anywhere you can. Follow us on social media at WillemDaFilms on Blue Sky and Willem.DaFilms on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And share our podcast with anyone you think might like it. If you would like to support monetarily, check out our Willem the Filmography Patreon and support there. Thanks for listening.
Sorry, audience. There appears to be a breakdown.
I'm the editor. No one's going to hear this. This is a joke for us.
Bravo, sir. I've had about enough of your shit too, Billy.